Man, I wish the league paid me that franchise bread so I could show up looking like a sack of potatoes and act like I don't want to be there. I swear some folks just don't know how sweet the cheeks is until you ain't slipping and sliding and gliding in them no more. But let's get in there like swimwear. Oakland gave Jamarcus Russell $68 million and a first overall pick. Homie pulled up a camp 30 pounds overweight, reportedly fell asleep in meetings, and finished with a 50.0 passer rating, the lowest in 11 years. 3 seasons later, he was bounced out the building at 25, and he never played again. The next guy showed up too fat to do anything. Washington gave Albert Haynesworth 100 M's. Twin boycotted workouts, showed up out of shape, and was told to pass a basic conditioning test before he could practice. And he failed it again and again. On his thrice attempt, he passed the first part, then creeped off to the commode to drop off the Cosby Kids. And the allowed rest time was only 3.5 minutes. He only played 20 games in 2 seasons, but at least the next guy actually competed. In the same draft, Indianapolis took Peyton Manning. San Diego took Ryan Leaf and gave him $31 million. Leaf threw 14 touchdowns, 36 interceptions, screamed at teammates, left voicemails for reporters, and was gone in 2 years. One draft pick was a Hall of Famer. The other became a cautionary tale. But at least Leaf was a fireball. The next one was a slow burn. Jay Cutler went 8-8. The Bears gave him 126 M&Ms. At the time, one of the highest paid contracts in football. He went 5-11, then 6-10, then 3-13. They fired 2 coaches. Ended up trading him in year 4 and ate $38 million in dead cap. For 8-8, at least they waited to see him fail. The next team didn't even wait that long. Kurt Cobain's, aka Kirk Cousins, tore his Achilles in 2023. Atlanta watched and somehow ended up giving him $180 million anyway. Then 6 weeks later, they used the 8th pick in the draft on a quarterback. They didn't tell Cousins shit before the pick. He had messed around and thrown 16 interceptions in 2024, tied for the most in the NFL. And the rookie would finesse his job. But at least Cousins chose his situation. The next guy never got a choice. Halfway through, and you should know what to do. Like and subscribe so I can afford to get me a cup of soup. At number 5, Sam Bradford. Bradford was the last QB signed before the rookie wage scale changed everything. 6 years, $78 million, the largest rookie deal in NFL history. He played 9 seasons and never finished one of them. Another reason why I wonder what the hell Travis Hunter was thinking. 5 teams, constant injuries. The Cardinals gave him $15 million guaranteed in 2017. He started 3 games, but we never found out if he was worth it, and that's almost worse. Atlanta gave Matt Ryan $150 million in 2018, 2 years after he took him to the Super Bowl and won the MVP. 4 years of losing later, they traded him to Indianapolis and ate $40 million in dead cap just to move on. The coach benched him by week 8. He started 12 games, went 4-7, and retired. The contract outlasted his career, the team, and the coach who signed him. 2 franchises, $150 million contract, and 0 playoff wins. Ndamukong Suh. Suh signed for 114 M&Ms in Miami, and he actually played. Showed up, competed, and wasn't a disaster. And it's still one of the most tweaked out contracts in NFL history, because you cannot pay a defensive tackle quarterback money and build a complete team around him. The Dolphins made the playoffs once in 6 years. The cap space that went to Suh could have gone elsewhere. Sometimes the math just doesn't work even when the player does. At number 2, Russell Wilson. Denver didn't just sign Russell Wilson. They traded away 2 first-round draft picks to Seattle to get him, then gave him $242 million. He went 4-11 in his first year, ended up firing the head coach the same year they hired him, and cut Wilson the next season. The dead cap hit was $85 million, the largest in NFL history. Wilson went to Pittsburgh. The Broncos spent 2 years shelling out $85 million for another squad's quarterback. Talk about pissing money down the drain. And at number 1, Deshaun Watson. In 2022, Cleveland gave Deshaun Watson $230 million, every dollar guaranteed, even after Mans got caught up in the rub and tug allegations. No contract in NFL history had ever been fully guaranteed at that number. My man's agent must have been the final boss. He played 19 games over 3 seasons, tore his Achilles and retore it, making the rest of his career questionable to say the least. That's $12 million per game for a quarterback that's likely washed, and they can't even cut him without paying him anyways. The bill just doesn't stop coming. If you guys think I missed anybody, kindly let me know in the doobly-doo, but as always, run on your toes, keep your mouth closed, lock your doors, and hide your hoes, and most importantly, live to fight another day.